Service sales as of today, $75,259. This month there's 23 days. We have 22 left. Right now we're 2% behind budget. We pulled in about $20,000, so that would have been right about where we needed to be. So we'll be catching up with that, obviously, with the orders going forward in this month. Okay. A couple things. Just real quick, if you noticed, if everyone's noticed, you hear a beep and then you hear the page. Okay, so when everyone pages now, when you hit page and the page, you're not going to hear yourself. It's a delay of 15 seconds, I believe, 10 to 15 seconds. So that keeps the squelching down. So if you ever remember, like Lewis will be paging or Robin will be paging, and all of a sudden you'll hear a real big screech. So that eliminates that. So when you talk into it, talk slowly and clearly. Don't try and listen for yourself, over the intercom. Then hang up, and when you hang up, and 10 seconds later, it'll go over the intercom. Alright. That's what it sounds like with the feedback. Alright? So we're trying to eliminate that problem. Okay? So that's one of the things that's changed that we've got going forward. Okay? And then also, Bob's been out, so Bob Rule's been out sick, so we'll talk about the badges tomorrow, okay? So we'll probably be pushing it off till sometime next week. We'll start the badges about, entering the building and so forth. We're going to do a little video, so we can show the video of how it works and some of the things that will happen when we don't do it correctly. So we'll understand that, okay? And we'll be handing out the badges, okay? We had Red Value Streams improvements. One of the first improvements that Robin and Trent worked on, it's in the, it's in the Red Value Stream area right by the stretch wrapper and stuff. So they worked on moving the corner boards, and if you look in the drawer, they had the labels in the drawer and some of the other items in there that Robin had, and they moved the table over, painted the table, and got it over there with all the information. So I believe, Robin, you have everything you can do to pack that out, correct? Right there at the place. I believe that's all your stuff's right there at the stretch wrapper now to do that. Stuff to the banding and stuff. So obviously that helps out with then walking back and forth and trying to find stuff. So let's give Robin and Trent a hand. They did a nice job. All right. Also, and by the way, I would be passing this on to the Red Value Stream and talk about, but since the microphone's dead, obviously in red also. Oh, you got something. All right. They made the tables, so the tables are indicated for red, the garbage cans are red, and also the brooms and stuff are all indicated for red, so we know where they are. So again, to have the tools to be able to do stuff. So when you see something that is out of place, so we shouldn't see a red garbage can in white. We shouldn't see a red garbage can in the tool room. We shouldn't see a red garbage can, so we know where it needs to go back to. Obviously, there's not exact GPS location, but that's something we work on. We got to make sure the stuff goes back where it belongs, okay, so we know where it's at. So they did a nice job, so let's give them a hand. So they did a nice job with their improvements, okay? Sorry. All right, so the Landtech, so remember we were talking about how they, rework. So the more we build inventory, they end up reworking because nobody's buying them. They're just sitting in finished goods. So the progression of a stretch wrapper through Landtech has a lot of movement, which can be shown as a spaghetti chart. So they can show it just going from department to department, in and out. Just to give you an idea, yesterday, Connie, Brian, and I looked at how the presses are laid out and how do you really walk from press to press if you're getting shots. And you start drawing, and you don't realize how much back and forth you do until you do a systematic and you just draw an overview, okay? So we're trying to roll that same thing out when we take shots, when we inspect parts, that everyone's on the same path, that we know why we're doing it in a certain order. So the physical production of the machine was not the only process to manage. The real complexity in volume production began to emerge as Landtech tried to move the orders gathered by the sales force through the office into the plant. Because the machines are often customized and cost from $10,000 to $50,000 a piece, it was decided that a standard price list would not work. Instead, the sales force contacted Landtech for authorization before quoting a price of any machine with special features. The proposal was sent to the engineering application department within sales for cost analysis. After analysis, the right number was sent back to the sales force. Then once the offer was accepted, the order was sent back to Landtech for production scheduling. Upon arriving back at Landtech, the order proceeded from the order entry department to the credit checking department to the engineering applications department. There, a bill of materials was generated for the order. This was the precise list of every part which would be needed to manufacture a specific machine. Because every department had waiting lists for orders, there was usually a delays. Typically, an order took 12 to 14 working days to travel the entire, to travel from entry department to the scheduling department, while the actual processing time, what we will call continuous flow time, was less than 2 days. All right, so just think about it. Placing an order, it has to go through all these different things just to come out at the end. Okay, so for actually 2 days worth of work takes 14 days because it goes into one silo, out another silo, into one silo, out another one. So we're going to talk about how, again, it's not just production that has processes that can be fixed. So there's other processes in the plant that we do daily.